Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Abhay. Good afternoon, Tanisha. What is placentation?
Sir, arrangement of ovules inside the ovary.
Very good. The arrangement of ovules within the ovary is called placentation. Do you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Right. So today we will discuss about the types of placentations and the fruit, the characteristics of the fruit. The placentation is various types. What are they? There one is marginal placentation. Second one is axial placentation. Third one is parietal placentation. Fourth one is precentral placentation. And the fifth one is the basal placentation. Basal placentation. So placentation is differentiated into various types. Good afternoon, Mohammed Junaid. First draw the diagram. Marginal placentation. So this is a diagrammatic representation of marginal placentation. Next, axial placentation. Have you drawn these diagrams? Marginal, axial, parietal, precentral, basal. The various types of placentations are there. Have you completed?
No, sir.
Okay, drop. You have to draw only these 5 diagrams. So this is not required. The ovules are present inside the ovary. That is called as placentation. Arrangement of ovules within the ovary is called placentation. So various types of placentations are there. Marginal, axial, parietal, precentral, basal.
Complete.
Completed, right? What about the remaining students? Right. So various types of placentations are there. Okay, what are they? What is placentation? Arrangement of the ovules within the ovary. Here I drawn the carpel, diagrammatic representation. The carpel is differentiated into ovary, style, and stigma. Ovules are present inside the ovary. Arrangement of the ovules within the ovary is called placentation. placentation is various types. What are they? They are one is marginal, second one axial, third one is parietal, fourth one is precentral, fifth one is the basal placentation. In marginal placentation, in some of the plant species flowers, the ovules are attached at the margin of the ovary. Look here in this diagrammatic representation. So this is a base of the ovary, right? This one is apex of the ovary, and these are the margin of the ovary. The ovules are attached at the margin of the ovary in marginal placentation. In pea plant, beans, as per NCERT, the given example is pea. Marginal placentation is seen in pea plants flowers. Is it clear? Do you have any doubts regarding this? Marginal placentation, ovules are attached.
No doubt.
After the fertilization process, ovules are becoming to seeds. The ovary is becoming to fruit. Next, the second type of the placentation is axial placentation. In axial placentation, the ovules, that the ovaries consist of the several chambers. The chambers are called as locules. Locules. Okay, here I drawn how many chambers?
3.
3 chambers, right? 3 chambers, 3 locules. So the ovaries form the several locules.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, can you explain the first type of placentation once again, sir? I joined a bit late because of internet issues.
Okay. So marginal placentation, that is the first type of the placentation. In marginal placentation, the ovules are attached at the margin of the ovary. The ovaries consist of, what are the parts of the carpel? The carpel is differentiated into stigma, style, and ovary. The arrangement of the ovules within the ovary is called placentation. Placentation is various types. One is marginal. In the marginal placentation, ovules, so these are the ovules attached at the margin of the ovary. Margin of the ovary. So marginal placentation is seen in pea plants flowers. Is it clear? Marginal placentation. Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. Next, the second type of the placentation is axial. In the axial placentation, the ovary is formed. The ovary is formed the several chambers. The several chambers. So there, the ovules are attached. Ovules are attached at the axis region of the ovary. That's called the axial placentation. Axial placentation. In citrus, look here, lemon, orange, and in tomato, after fertilization process, ovaries become into fruit. So in these fruits, after fertilization process, the ovaries forms the fruit. And this, look here, the several chambers are there. This is transfer section of the lemon fruit. After fertilization process, ovaries forms the fruit. After fertilization process, ovaries forms the fruit. Okay, where the ovules are attached means here the seeds. After fertilization process, ovules are become into seeds.
Seeds.
Where the seeds are attached?
Center.
Center. Axis region. Is it visible, clear? Seeds.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
China rose. lemon, and in tomato, Klein's flowers. China rose, lemon, and in tomato, Klein's flowers. The placentation is axile. So marginal placentation is seen in option 1 is China rose, option 2 is lemon, option 3 is pea Klein's flowers, option 4 is 1 and 2. What is the answer? Marginal
Option
placent. Very good. Option 3 is the correct answer. Marginal placentation is seen in pea Klein's flowers. Axial placentation is seen in option 1, China rose, option 2, lemon, option 3, option 4, 1 and 2. Very good.
Option 4, 1 and
Option
2.
4 is the correct answer. China rose, lemon, and in tomato Klein's flowers, the placentation is axial. Next, what is the next type of the placentation? Parietal placentation.
Parietal.
In parietal placentation, the ovules are attached at peripheral region or inner wall of the ovule. Ovules are the inner wall of the ovary. Inner wall of the ovary is forms the ridges. There, ovules are attached. Ovules are attached. So that is a parietal placentation. The ovary wall is forms the ridges. There, ovules are attached. Okay, now I will show that one of the fruit. In this fruit, so here the ovules,
Cucumber.
where they are attached, the ovules are attached to the inner wall. Is it visible clearly?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
Visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Visible.
Ovules. After fertilization process, ovules are become into seeds. Here the seeds are attached at inner wall of the ovary. The inner wall. Yes, no, cucumber.
Sir, it's cucumber, no, sir?
Cucumber species. Okay, as per NCERT, the given examples, as per NCERT, the ajimon and mustard.
So what's Argemon? Common name
Ajimon
for
is
the
one of the xerophytic plant, xerophytic adaptations. Here it's available. I will bring that tomorrow. But I will show you that plant tomorrow. Ajimon plant. Okay.
Okay.
The leaf edges is consist of the spines. The herbaceous plant, the small size of the herb, produces
Sir, the flower is yellow, no, sir.
that's yellow color flowers that produces yellow color. The leaf edge is having the spines. The margin of the leaf is consist of spines. Tomorrow I will show you that plant, Arjimon plant. So the mustard, Arjimon and the mustard
Sir, its oil is useful, no, sir.
flowers. Flower is that's appeared yellow in color in Arjimon plant species. Okay, tomorrow I will bring that plant.
Common name is prickly poplar.
It's a scientific name, biological name. The common name is that varies depending upon the regions.
Sir, pricky poppers.
In Karnataka, that's one. Telugu. In Andhra Pradesh, that's common name, one common name. So that's common name is varies. The scientific name or biological name is the Arjun. Okay. So parietal placentation is seen in which of the plants flowers?
Arjimon, mustard, and cucumber.
Mustard. Parietal placentation.
Sir, even cucumber, no, sir.
Cucumber also, but as per that not given, cucumber flowers not given in NCERT. Cucumber is also one of the example for parietal placentation. As per NCERT, the given examples for parietal placentation, one is Arjimono and second one is the mustard. Here in this ovary that forms the false septum, not a true septum, not a true one. So there the ovules are present. Okay, in parietal placentation, the ovules are present the inner wall of the ovary or peripheral region of the ovary. Parietal placentation is seen. Option 1 is Arjimon, option 2 is mustard, option 3 is pea plant, option 4 is 1 and 2.
Sir, option 4, 1 and 2.
Option 4.
Very good. Option 4 is the correct. 1 and 2. Right. What is the next one? The next type of the placentation is
Free central.
free central placentation. Right. In a free central placentation, the ovary is formed of several septums, walls. So these are the septum means wall. Septum
Sir,
means
septa and chamber are different, sir.
wall. Septum means that is the wall is differentiate the ovary into chambers.
Okay, sir, understood.
The wall, septum means wall. That's suppose the one wall is formed. The ovary is becoming into two chambers. If the walls are not there, that ovary is consist of one chamber, unilocular. Okay, na? So supposing the several chambers are there, the multilocular ovary. So here the ovules are attached at the axis region, but septums are destroyed. Ovules are attached at the axis region of the ovary. Without the septums, that is the free central placentation. The free central placentation is seen in dianthus and fibrous. One is dianthus and the second one is the primrose. In free central placentation. What is the difference you are observing between axial and free central placentation? Axial and
In axial, the
Septums are not present, whereas
in axial
Are not present, sir.
yes, the walls are present. Whereas in the free central
they
placentation,
get destroyed.
yes, it's not. The free central placentation is seen. Option 1 is dianthus, option 2 is primrose, option 3 is lemon, option 4 is 1 and 2. What is the answer?
Option for 1 and 2.
Option 4 is the correct answer. Right, 1 and 2. Free central placentation. Okay. And the next one is the basal placentation. In the basal placentation, the ovules are attached at the base of the ovary. Look here, this is a ovary. Ovary. Striped stigma. Right? So, in ovary, this is apex, terminal region, apex of the ovary, or apical region of the ovary, base of the ovary, lateral side, margin of the ovary. In basal placentation, ovules are developed from base of the ovary. Base of the ovary. The ovules are present at the base of the ovary is called as the basal placentation. Basal placentation is seen in marigold, and sunflower. Sunflower plant species. Okay, so where the ovules are attached in basal placentation.
To the base of ovary.
Base of the ovary, very good. The basal placentation is seen in option 1 is marigold, option 2 is sunflower, option 3 is lemon, option 4 is 1 and 2.
Option for 1 and
Option 4, 1 and 2.
Option 4 is the correct answer. Marigold and in sunflower. Plant species flowers, the placentation is basal. So regarding this, in subjective point of view, in theory, that's 5 marks question, what is placentation, and explain the different types of the placentation with a neat labeled diagram. Diagrammatic presence. Okay, na? Marginal, it's the axial placentation, parietal placentation, the free central placentation, basal placentation. One example is enough for each type of the placentation in theory, in subjective point of view. Whereas in objective point of view, the placentation is the first option is arrangement of the leaves on the stem and branches. The second option is the arrangement of the flowers on floral axis. The third option is arrangement of the ovules within the ovary. Option 4 is none.
Option 3.
Option 3, arrangement of the ovules within a ovary. Arrangement of the leaves on stem and branches is called
Phyllotaxy.
okay. The arrangement of the flowers on floral axis is called
Inflorescence.
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 Yes. The marginal placentation is CD. What is the answer? Option 1 and 2, option 2 mustard, option 3 P, option 4 1 and 2.
P.
Option 3.
Option 3 is the answer.
Option 3, P.
Axial placentation is CD. Option 1 is tomato. Option 2 is China rose. Option 3 P. Option 4 1 and 2. Axial placentation is seen. Message me answer. in
Option
that.
4, 1 and 2.
Very good.
Option 4, 1 and 2.
1 and 2. Axial placentation is seen in which of the following plant flowers? Option 1 tomato, Option 2, chain arrows. Option 3, limit. Option 4, all of them.
All of the above.
What is the answer?
Option for all of the above.
Very good.
All of the
Option
above.
4 is the correct answer. All of them. Parietal classification is seen. Option 1 is mustard. Option 2 is ajimon. Option 3 is 1 and 2. Option 4 is sunflower. What is the
Option
answer? Parietal classification is
Option 3, 1 and 2.
Option 3, 1 and 2. Mustard and ajimon. The free central classification is seen. What is the answer? The free central classification is seen.
Option for 1 and 3.
1 and
Option for 1 and 2.
1 and 2 or 3. Option 4, 1 and 3. The
One and
elements and primrose. Right. Do you have any doubts regarding these classifications?
No, sir.
Okay. After fertilization process, the ovary part of the flower is becoming to fruit after fertilization process. Ovules are becoming to seeds. Ovary part of the flower is becoming to. Ovules are becoming to seeds. Okay, here I draw the fruit, ovule, the seeds. After fertilization process, the ovary is forms the fruit. Ovules are becoming to seeds. Ovules are becoming to seeds. Generally, the fruits are formed after fertilization process. Generally. Whereas in few of the plant species, the fruits are formed without the fertilization process. Such fruits are called as parthenocarpic fruits. Parthenocarpic fruits. The fruit is derived from ovary. Ovaries forms the fruit. Ovules are becoming to seed. Generally, when the fruits are formed after fertilization process. The fruit producing plants are, how many groups of plants are produces the fruits in kingdom Plantae? As per the classification, how many groups of the plants are produces fruits in kingdom Plantae as per Whitaker's classification? How many groups of the plants are produces fruits in kingdom Plantae? How many groups of plants are there in kingdom Plantae? How many groups of plants are there in kingdom Plantae as per Whitaker's classification? Please message me answer. How many groups of the plants. Already have learned about the characteristics of kingdom plantae, algae, bryophytes, five groups. Algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. Among these, which group of the plants are produces fruits? So fruit-bearing plants are angiosperms. Angiosperms group of the plants are produces the fruits. Among the five groups, angiosperms group of the plants are produces the fruits. How many groups of plants are produces seeds?
2 groups.
Two groups, very good. What are they? Gymnosperms.
Gymnosperms, angiosperms.
Right. So an angiosperm group of the plants, the fruits and the seeds are the end products of sexual reproduction. Fruit and the seeds are the end products of sexual reproduction. What are the end products of the sexual reproduction in angiosperms group of plants? Option 1 is fruits only. Option 2 is seeds only. Option 3 is fruits and seeds. Option 4 is none of these. What is the answer? What is the answer for this question? The end products of the sexual reproduction in angiosperms.
Option 3, fruits and seeds.
Very good.
Option 3.
Option 3, fruits and seeds. The end products of sexual reproduction in gymnosperms. Then what is the answer? Gymnosperms group of plants. The end products of
Seeds only.
seeds only. Very
Seeds
good.
only.
Yes.
Sir, example for Parthenocarpic fruit, sir.
Parthenocarpic fruits. Banana fruits. Banana.
Sir, apple too, right, sir? Apple.
Apple.
Even apple, it's a parthenocarpic fruit. Fruit, right, sir?
Apple, that's a form of after fertilization process, that is a false fruit.
Okay, sir.
Thalamus, which part of the flower is forms the fruit? Which part of? Generally,
Ovary.
which part of the flower is forms the fruit? Ovary part of the flower is forms the fruit. Here I drawn the brinjal fruit. It's used as a vegetable. The ovary is after fertilization process. Ovary is converted into fruit. Ovary forms the fruit. Okay. But in apple plant species, apple flowers, thalamus is involved in formation of a fruit. Thalamus part. Thalamus also contributes the formation of thalamus part also contribute the formation of the fruits. The seeds are present no in apple that is develops from the ovary, and the edible part of the apple is develops from thalamus. This is thalamus part, edible part in apple. The edible part is derived from thalamus. Whereas in a true fruit, the true fruit is present at center. It consists of the seeds. The true fruit is not edible in an apple. False fruit is the edible. Okay? Is it clear? Please message me.
Clear, sir.
Right. So it's not there. So as per NCERT, the given fruits, one of the fruit is parthenocarpic fruits. Parthenocarpic fruit means if the fruit is formed without the fertilization process. Generally, the fruits are formed after fertilization process in majority of the plant species, like brinjal, tomato, and this in cucumbers, lemon. So generally, most of the plant species, the fruits are formed after fertilization process. But in
Sir, grapes is an example for parthenocarpic fruits.
person, which plant?
Sir, grapes is a parthenocarpic fruit, sir.
Seedless grapes. Parthenocarpic fruits. The parthenocarpic fruits naturally in the environment, the natural parthenocarpic fruits naturally formed in the environment. So parthenocarpic fruits are two types. They are, one is natural parthenocarpic, parthenocarpic fruits, and the second one is artificial induced parthenocarpic. Without the involvement of the human beings, the parthenocarpic fruits are formed in a banana plant species. That is the natural parthenocarpic. Induced parthenocarpic, while cultivating some of the crop plant species, the farmers are applying some chemicals on some of the plant species to produce the seedless fruits. So that is induced parthenocarpy. So parthenocarpy is two types. Natural,
Sir, example?
induced. Induced parthenocarpy, that seedless grapes, oranges, seedless oranges. That's
Seed is not an example for parthenocarpy.
which one?
Seed, so if seed is present in grapes, then it is an example for parthenocarpy.
Your voice is not clear.
Sir, if seed is present, then it is not an example for parthenocarpy.
If seed is present in a fruit, na?
Yes, sir, grapes.
If seed is present means that's not comes under the parthenocarpic fruit. Seedless.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So these types are not there. Here it is not required. Only the parthenocarpic fruits. So natural parthenocarpic and induced parthenocarpic, the types of parthenocarpic fruits in second PUC, sexual reproduction in flowering plants. That is second chapter. So there we will discuss about the subtypes of the parthenocarpic fruits. Okay, here the parthenocarpic fruits. Means the fruits are formed without the fertilization process. The definition in subjective point of view, what are parthenocarpic fruits? What are parthenocarpic fruits? If the fruits are formed without the fertilization, known as parthenocarpic fruits. Okay, what is the example of parthenocarpic fruits?
Banana and seedless grapes.
Banana fruits. That's enough. Okay. The fruit bovary wall. So here, this is a carpel, stigma, style, and ovary. So this is wall of the ovary. Wall of the ovary. The ovary wall, after fertilization process, the ovary wall is involved in formation of the fruit wall. So this is one of the fruit cucumber plant species. This outermost layer, wall of the fruit. The fruit wall is known as a pericarp. Fruit wall is known as the pericarp. Okay, pericarp is developed from which part of the carpel?
Wall of the ovary.
Wall of the
Ovary.
very good. Wall of the ovary. Right. Ovules are involved in formation of after fertilization process. Ovary is formed the fruit. Ovary wall is formed fruit wall. Fruit wall is known as pericarp. Ovules are
Seeds.
ovules are becoming to
Seeds.
seeds. Ovules are becoming to seeds. So match the following. In column 1, given ones ovary, ovule, ovary wall. Whereas in column 2, seed, pericarp, fruit. Bowery. Bowery snack.
Fruit.
A3,
Very good.
B1, C2.
A31.
B1. Right. Bowery 1, 2. Very good.
C2.
3, 2. Right. So the fruits, mango and mango, coconut fruits are belongs to true. Mango and coconut fruits are examples for the drupe fruits. What is the characteristics of drupe fruit? Stony endocarp. The fruits are differentiated into two types based on the nature of the pericarp. What is pericarp? What is pericarp?
Outer layer of
The
Fruit wall.
fruit wall is called as pericarp. The pericarp is if the fleshy, that's differentiated into epi, meso, and endocarp. The such type of fruits are known as fleshy fruits. In some of the plant species, the fruit wall is do not differentiated into epi, meso, and endocarp. Pericarp is do not differentiated into epi, meso, and endocarp. So based on the nature of the fruit wall, how many types of the fruits are there? Two types. What are they? They are fleshy and
Fleshy and
Fleshy and dry.
yes, fleshy and dry. In a fleshy fruits, the fruit wall is differentiated into epi, meso, and endocarp. Look here, it's one of the fleshy fruit. One of the fleshy fruits. So this is a fruit wall. Fruit wall is differentiated into epi. So this outermost layer, yellow color layer.
Yes, sir.
That's epicarp. Outermost fruit wall in a fleshy fruits is called epicarp. And the middle portion of the fleshy fruit is mesocarp. That white, papery, thin layer is present. Look here.
I feel like it's a seed or lime. In orange fruit, the white color thing.
Yes, no. White papery layer is there, no? Here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mesocarp. Next, this is the endocarp. Some endocarp of the. So epi, the outermost layer, and this papery layer, mesocarp, and this endocarp. In a fleshy fruit,
Sir, endocarp consists of edible part, no, sir?
yes, no, edible, juicy hairs. The endocarp
Yes, sir.
of the fruit wall is the edible. So the hairs-like structures are stores the juice.
Okay, sir.
Right. Next in another fruit. the fruit wall. So this epicarp. Epicarp of the fruit wall. Outermost layer. Next, mesocarp. And this is the endocarp of the fruit. In a fleshy fruits, the fruit wall is differentiated into epi, meso, and endocarp. In a dry fruits, there is no differentiation of epi, meso, and endocarp in a dry fruits. For example, in a groundnut fruits, the fruit wall do not differentiate it into epi, meso, and endocarp. What is the difference you are observing between fleshy and dry fruits?
Sir, in fleshy fruits, it is differentiated into epicarp, mesocarp, and endocarp.
Very good. In the fleshy fruits, the fruit wall, pericarp is differentiated into epicarp, mesocarp, and endocarp.
Sir, what about in rice plants, sir?
Rice plants. The rice plants, the fruit is dry fruit. Rice fruit is the dry fruit.
Yes, sir.
The fruit wall do not differentiate it into epi, meso, and endocarp. Okay, here I draw rice fruit. So generally the farmers, so these fruits are called as the seeds. In these fruits, so this is outermost layer, the fruit wall, and this is the seed. The fruit wall and the seeds are seed coat, outermost layer of the seed coat, and the fruit walls are tightly fused together. So rice fruit is the dry fruit, not a flesh fruit.
Okay.
Sir, but rice isn't a fruit, right, sir?
Or sir,
Rice isn't a fruit. Sir, rice isn't a fruit, right, sir?
rice is
It's not. It's not a fruit, sir. Rice.
rice fruit, that angiospermic plant. Rice,
So is it any angiospermic plant name? Rice fruit.
yes, the fruits are there. This is a fruit wall.
Sir, the ovary of rice plant, it develops into fruit, but we don't consume it as a fruit, no, sir.
So your video is stuck, sir.
Sir, your video is stuck.
Sir, your video is stuck.